Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and I'm very pleased because today I received my second dose of a rather excellent jab known as the AstraZeneca vaccine. I'm a bit fevery, but you know what you're supposed to do when you're not feeling great? Do things you enjoy. What I enjoy right now is dealing with absolute anarchy in the Balkans. We've been talking with chat and some wiser people than I have been giving me some input on where our European borders should be. So the Caliphate, the Umayyad Caliphate, controlled this region, this bit more questionably, but they certainly raided into like all of Aquitaine, so I think that's acceptable. They definitely owned this region, and I think we'll add those three because there was definitely raiding in this whole region, and that creates a nicer border. You'll see why in a moment. And there was also apparently a Muslim kingdom briefly established in the Provence region, which also raided into Piedmont. So I think we will allow ourselves this as well, because that was this was a kind of core of that kingdom. We're struggling to find maps at the moment, and when I say we, I mean the people who are kindly looking into this for me are struggling to find maps. So, and they raided all the way into Piedmont. So I think what we're going to do, it's the problem with the multi-select province thing. I think we're going to do this, and this, and we're not going to take Liguria. Is that right? Or maybe we do still take Liguria. Maybe we do this just for the sake of the nice borders. Because that will be a lot nicer looking, won't it? Yeah, it would. It would. So let's map it out. The plan now is to take this bit, and then this guy, remember, is going to be our subject in the region. I love that you can deselect the window that you're on. And what's better borders, that or that? I think probably that. And then we're going to change up our borders in Iberia. I think instead of trying to do something funky where we move Granada north, what we're going to do instead is actually not take all of this land. And this is partly because of our decision about we're not really going to focus on the New World that much in this campaign. Or we're going to do essentially nothing, I think, in the New World this campaign. So maybe instead we take like this. Maybe we grab that one as well. No, I think a sharp Aragonese border does look nicer. So maybe that is our European border. Because that is nice looking, isn't it? And then basically all of this goes to Granada. I think that's pretty sweet looking. We have to take Cordoba. But taking Cordoba, what are we going to do with Granada? Oh yeah, no. We're going to control this region. Don't worry. The Fatimids apparently sacked Liguria. Oh, excellent. Okay, so there's our excuse. Yeah, of course. We'll have a Muslim country holding Cordoba. Cordoba being the capital of the... I'm not sure I've heard of the Caliphate of Cordoba. I've heard of the Emirate of Cordoba. But really, at that point, it's splitting hairs. I'm not super familiar on the the kind of ICTA titles. Do we want to take this region? Aragon, I suppose, is the name for this bit. Is that a better border? And we could do, this if necessary. That's the new question. For now, let's say we're not going to, but we definitely have historical cause to have all this land. So we can do that. And then that becomes really quite a nice border. And then the next question becomes, well, what about Venice? Do we do this? It's not a pretty border, is it? But is that any better? And would this be like the trading port of Venice? You know how we would justify this? This is quite a good one. We're not actually taking any European land because Venice isn't European land, it's an island. That could work. That could be our justification. I quite like that. Yes, everything. I'm aware. I mean, not totally aware, but I understand the Muslim conquest, Reconquista period in Iberia relatively well. The only provinces we can't take are basically... I'm not certain about this bit, actually, but we can't take these ones. I think we'll probably give Granada everything except those three. Chat is saying something which you'll definitely be thinking in the YouTube comments, which is not false, which is that lands that you want to take just keeps expanding and expanding. First off, I mean, realism. That sounds very historical to me. We might as well paint this border now that we can, so we can actually see it on the map more easily. But I do agree. We shouldn't expand too much. It may not seem like it, but I am kind of seriously considering each of these expansions. I agree. I think we shouldn't take, like, we shouldn't just say, well, let's just let ourselves take this, because all of the others we've forced ourselves to actually have reasons why we need to be able to get it. There's no way you can justify not taking Vienna. We don't need to take Vienna. We just need to burn it to the ground and win lots of sieges there. The Muslims controlled all of Iberia. That's not true, I don't think. Asturias never fell, I thought. Or at least a bit of Asturias never fell. I think that's what we're going to go with for now. Anyway, that's all obviously very long term. In the short term, we're saving up for a bank in Constantinople. We're incredibly close to overtaking France in population, a mere 7,000 short. And the population here is growing by 17,000 a year. So we're really staggeringly close. Finishing up a looting war in Hungary. Then we're going to deal with these Bosnian separatists. And we're about to begin a fourth war while on low manpower over here. We've got to make sure we begin that war within the next... it's fine, 15 years. I'm going to win the war against these guys first. So if we were to hand this land over to Hejaz... And yes, obviously, annoyingly, this bit did get free. We declared war on them again. Should be fine. We're not taking ideas because we're grabbing tech right now, because the casual literacy institution is going to really hurt us on tech. Do I want to leave these guys over here just waiting for this war, or do I want to have them come help with the rebels? I think we'll be fine because the war in Hungary is going to be over shortly, and then we'll have... We really should have plenty of armies ready to try and deal with some of these rebellions. You guys can all come down here and help with... Well, we don't need the little dude. You keep grabbing some sieges. Another urban industry. We will take cloth, of course. Did we take anything that take any land that's producing the wrong trade good, by the way? Yeah, Baghdad is still on luxury cloth. Let's switch that over. Back down to cloth. Good. Basra is already on silk. Everyone else got the message? Silk is king. Yeah, nice. Even this one. How is our silk bonus, by the by? Still only ample silk, but still, it's pretty nice. Should be good. I don't believe that's true about the north of this area. I'm pretty sure this remained independent. It was attacked, but never conquered, I think. Which I guess means we could technically take it, because we're counting, like, areas being attacked, basically. Is allowing us to take them. But, yeah. Yes, so there are some regions, like Croatia. I don't know the history of Islamic conquest in Croatia, but there are some sacrifices that I am prepared to make for borders. Taking the rest of the Venetian region is not one of them, but taking Croatia is the long and the short of that one. Let's see if I can get them to attack me in the highlands here. That would be helpful. Alright, getting these... Ah, didn't mean to move that guy. Probably just lost the walls breached. Oh well. It was never successfully raided or sacked. Asturias, that is. Okay, good to know. There were some truly comical battles if you haven't, if you've never read up on it, oh god, the religious scandal is really crushing us. The low prestige is also a real pain. There is, what was I saying? Yes, there's some truly, I'm going to be slightly scatterbrained this episode, because as I say, I'm a little feverish. There were some truly comical battles in northern Iberia between like thousands of Muslim troops and like very small numbers of Asturian soldiers. Almost certainly exaggerated, obviously, because, you know, people exaggerate. You know, after you, what would you do if you just lost like most of your entire region? You'd desperately exaggerate to help morale, but there is evidence of some truly comically one-sided battles that took place at various times. A new plague. We are not too concerned. That sounded, what was the name of that province where it started? Missed it. Oh well. Would you stop? Why Constantinople keeps spending its money in the wrong place, and it bugs me, but oh well. Benefits of scootage. Hey, nice. Oh, right, yes. And I added back in the tributary mod, which works now. So there we go. We can once again establish tributaries, but not war. So we'll probably use that for regions that we're just kind of not focusing on, basically, to get a little bit of wealth and some influence and control out of regions that we're not very keen on. Something that hadn't occurred to me. We should definitely try and get some prestige off people, but sadly, both of them have negative prestige just now. Okay, we can propagate in the Aegean. I thought the Aegean was all converted already. Ah, right, here. Well, we could try that. I mean, we'd lose quite a bit of money, but we'd be able to convert this province that we wouldn't otherwise be able to because of this Gunstanfo fief. How difficult would it be to get rid of that, by the way? Or we can appropriate church property right now. Do we want to do that? I mean, the stability would be nice. I think you basically should always appropriate church property. There's not really much reason not to. Sure, you're trying to trend towards high church property, but it's fine. So we could abrogate this. Oh, you just straight away remove it. Okay, let's do that, because I would like to convert this place. Sure, we're making a tiny bit more tax, but it's not like we're urbanizing the province. So let's do that. I mean, getting the prestige, honestly, helps at this point. And yeah, now we'll be able to convert that place in absolutely record time, which should be good. Right, where are you going now? Ah, into a fort. Excellent. That's convenient. Right, this fort did get built, and the Baghdad fort is level 1. Let's upgrade these forts. I know, we're saving up for Constantinople. I know. But I would like to upgrade these forts so that we don't get... Basically, so we never again have to worry about them coming down from the north and causing problems for us. So Banat as well. I know, we're saving for a bank. I know, we're saving. Alright, good. That northern fort wall will stand us in really good stead against future wars with Europeans, especially because we have, we might have coalition wars coming up, which should be good. Yeah, we've just started, Duke. Oh, nice. Our subjects have shown up down in Aden. It's good to see. Yeah, we have got some extra wars to do here. And yes, we are on max loot, which is not good, because it means we're going to do way more damage than I want to a bunch of the provinces here. It's also actually a good reason to not declare war on this guy until I go to peace, because I don't want to damage this city needlessly. Because the quantity of damage you do is truly absurd. It's not absurd, it's sensible, but it's staggering. Staggering is the S word that I was after there. It can be totally devastating. I think I mentioned it earlier in the campaign, but I was playing a game as the Anglo-French Union, and I just conquered a bunch of land in Malacca, and I accidentally full looted it, which destroyed these amazing cities that had taken hundreds of years to build up, and I just quit the campaign. I just quit the campaign right there because I was so annoyed that I'd done so much damage. Why is there so much impact lag on the 20th of August? It's bizarre. Trebizond, it's getting converted. Let's get this one converted because it's an interior province. It won't take long. Concessions from the church, we of course accept the offering. They're at war with Poland, huh? I guess Bohemia has chosen this moment to strike. Danish conquest of Hungary. Ah, right, of course, because of the northern bit. Well, try, if possible, to prevent them from stealing too much of my loot. It's unfortunate that they grabbed some of these provinces, because this isn't the area we've looted. This is where a lot of the actual remaining loot in the nation still exists, which is a shame. Yes, Hungarian Prussia is funny. Makes sense though, of course, because the King of Hungary is the King of Poland, both historically and in MEIOU and taxes for a little while, near the beginning of the game there. So you hang out in KOTOR, and then what can we actually do about these rebels? I think we will be on rebel suppression, just because if you can get a single province to under lower the amount of unrest, will reduce the number of regiments that are going to rise up when they do rebel. So that seems good to me. Also, we'll obviously do a bit of reorganization. Tarnovan separatists at the end of this war. Yes, as Chad is saying, historically such a conquest would obviously have been placed. Well, it probably wouldn't have been placed under the conquest or under the Kingdom of Poland, actually. I don't think I agree with that. I think it likely would have been I mean, it would have been like a local duchy, but it would have been under... why is it only 2,000 ducats? Is that capped, or is that just a big coincidence? So we're obviously doing this because that's a crazy amount of legitimacy. It's going to be so good for us right now. It's going to really, really stabilize things, having those additional 20 legitimacy. Good. Another victory down here. Right, so Banurasi. Could you just, like, not exist? That would be great. Yeah, good. We can take these lot. Like, that's a lot of aggressive expansion, don't get me wrong, but we can take this lot. This doesn't scare me. And I'd like to kind of move towards full Arabian dominance. And we'll obviously give it all to Hejaz in the short term and the medium term. Let's be realistic here. Okay, good. That siege is just gone. I'm not going to check how much loot we've got, because I do like surprising myself. It's fun. It's fun just suddenly finding out, like, oh, we have staggering quantities of loot. How fun. All right. We should definitely have been doing divert trade on all of our new subjects. That's going to make a big difference. 153. Mark it down. 153, almost exactly. I wonder what that's going to go to. Ferrara has turned off their transfer trade. That will hurt us a tiny bit, because there'll be some extra transfers from traders downstream. Looks like this fort is holding out pretty well. The 3 local fortification doing great work. That's good to see. Yeah, these 2 armies combined should be enough to smash out those rebels. Good stuff. And it went down. That's funny. So even with the transfers from trade, it unfortunately went down. Probably partly because of the Ferrara stuff. And also because without a merchant here, it's going north. We might make more money if we put our merchant from the Levant here. Or even our merchant from the Barbary coast. Let's try sending the one from the Barbary coast. It's going to be there in 29 days. Cool. Well, we only have 24% control, actually. He's probably not going to... It's probably not going to be worth it. But let's see. 152. Alright, got him here. Let's split off the cavalry and go and grab the sieges over here, because our guys are set to aggressive, so they're mostly just trying to chase down the enemy. You obviously are going straight back to Hejaz. No declaring independence on my watch, buddy. Good stuff. Okay, and that completes the war with Hungary, because they've got sieged by someone else here. So, hey Hungary, we were going to take just these two from you, which I'm told has been raided a lot by the Ottomans over the years, so that's cool. And it might get Bohemia in a coalition against us, but I ain't scared. We could take Hungary as a tributary for 500 Diplo points. That would be quite funny, but let's not do that. Give me your trade power. Give me all your cash. Ooh, nice pile of cash. You love to see it. And yeah, actually, cancel your over... Well, it's 100 Diplo points. That's too much. Boom. That's a lot of cash. Thank you very much. Okay, you guys keep coming south. That's almost enough for the bank, right? Getting there. Getting there. 5,000. Did it happen? I think it happened. Oh, that's capital bonus rank 3. But is this it? No, it's still subcontinent. Come on, man. 738. That's higher than Paris. Don't tell me it isn't. We're higher than Paris. Let's go. We're the largest city in the continent. I don't know how often that recalculates, but when it does, let's freaking go, dude. That's really good. Alright, you guys. I may temporarily want some men to aid in the east. We have been very mean to Hungary in this campaign. Like this whole place. Estate-built building, estate-built building, estate-built building, estate-built building, estate-built building. Do you think that's because there was literally no farm infrastructure in most of these provinces? And they're just like, well, we better get some back. It did take me a while to build it up because we were focusing on urbanizing a bunch of our western provinces. And also we got Bursa. We put a lot of early investment in Bursa as opposed to Constantinople. But yeah, that's good stuff. Very happy to see Constantinople overtake Paris. And meanwhile, you really saying no to this? There we go. You got any cash? They have got some cash. Not that much though. Not enough to wait for. That'll do. And then we're going to get... the coalition's getting bigger. It is getting bigger. Honestly, like, let's do it. Victor the Mad. Victor the second Mad King. Mad, whatever, Pashi Shah. What's it called? Paddy Shah. The second Mad Paddy Shah of the Ottoman Empire. I know no fear. Hey, Hejaz. Have all this land. There will be no slowing down. There will be no concessions. There will be no second guessing. Only great successes for the wonderful Turkish Empire. And Darfur. And this one. Good stuff. And of course, yeah, they switch to rebels when you full annex them, so we can go kill them. And we complete a mission for that. I didn't realize this was a mission. We get 50 free Diplo power. Sure, that pays for some of the conquest. Sounds good. All right, Hejaz looking pretty nice now. Trade control down here getting better. This has actually caused a 9 ducat swing, so that is going to be more advantageous than having one over in the Barbary coast. Still not taking ideas because we're trying to take tech. Great nobles can take a gift, a relatively small one. It's actually so small that I am going to give it to them. Can't demote them for quite a while, I think. Well, not that long. And we are just about ready to bring these guys down. We looted 5,000 ducats out of Hungary, which doesn't sound like much, but remember, that's, it doesn't sound like much compared to Milan, but we only looted like 2 and a bit more than that from Milan. Two and a bit times more than that from Milan. And Milan was a lot more developed. That was a brutal war for Hungary. They had some nice development up here in Slovakia. They do not anymore. The bank is going to set us back a tidy 5,600 ducats. Should be doable. So they are going to rejoin the coalition. That's good to know. Before they all rejoin, we may wish to demand manpower from the lesser nobles. Yes, I am going to do that, because that extra 100,000 might dissuade them from forming the coalition. We do lose the effects of manpower, which is sad in some ways, but still joining a coalition even with the extra manpower. Okay, it's good to know. We are of course going to take this as soon as possible, because the institution is just going to get worse and worse. And there is our extra state. Now we discussed where to put this, but I don't remember what we decided, to be honest. I'm almost tempted by Basra, which would go below 100%. Peloponnese, we're working on urbanizing a bit. Like there's not tons of urban development in one place, but it's spread around. Do Northern Macedonia? Yeah, I'm still confused as to why this state is called Southern Macedonia when there is no Northern Macedonia. Basically, we're looking for places that have... I mean, it's an interesting decision-making process, right? Where do we state? Because all of this land that's currently at 50 autonomy, all of it, we could get to 0 autonomy if it was in a state. I have no doubt. Maybe not some of this, but all of this coastal land, we could get to 0 autonomy. And the proof of that is in the fact that we've got... Okay, this is not technically quite 0, but still... We've got this area to nearly 0. So maybe we should use our state somewhere where we are above 50% autonomy. Because we just don't have... We're just not finding ourselves with the admin points to core much right now. Which means maybe... So if you're not familiar, you only go below 50 when you full core the provinces. But even when you're above 50, if it's in a state, the autonomy ticks down more. So maybe we should be using the states not to facilitate full cores that take us to 0, but rather to bring autonomy down. Where does that leave us? Well, almost everywhere is at 50 autonomy. So not many places, to be honest. Like Basra is one option. This state here. And that's actually, is that 2 states? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Basra looks a lot less tempting based on that. Yeah, Palestine is one option. But again, it's not really going to do anything. Like stating Palestine right now is purely negative. It just causes maintenance to no end, basically. There is some cause to do Rum. We've got some autonomy in some of these provinces, and we have... Oh, okay, this is actually an easier choice than I thought. We should make it Rum, because even though there's only... Well, there's 66 development here as well. Yeah, that makes this a really easy choice. There's 3 cores. We got these 3 cores free. We will get this core free in the fullness of time. So, there you go. The Sultanate of Rum declares that Rum is one of our integral states. That seems... only logical. Yeah, Siena. When you see Siena and someone in the Middle East simultaneously join a coalition, you know things are going interestingly. So we can establish some more protectorates over here, which I am going to do. And by protectorates, I mean tributaries. We're basically using tributaries like protectorates, which I kind of like. I think it's quite fun. You guys, I demand a bunch of artifacts because our prestige sucks. Here, you can have some gifts even. I'm basically just buying Persian artifacts. And yes, we are going to feed them to Fars in the fullness of time. Hassa. So is there a reduction by number of tributaries? There isn't. Okay, I like that. There's a number of tributaries is a silly reason for someone not to want to be a tributary. Hassa. They have no artifacts for me. More's the pity. We're going to keep taking cash from them. That's the only two, I think. Is anyone close? Medjugorje Barry is kind of close, but apart from that, they're all negative 1,000. Mostly because are not neighbours. It's basically everyone in the world is either not our neighbour, and all our neighbours are hostile to us. Can't imagine why. Yeah, Naples and the coalition. It can't have France. It can have Bohemia. I'm relatively confident that the Bohemian War... Aragon, Venice, Papal State. I'm relatively confident the Bohemian War will last long enough that they tick down and then won't join. Get there on the 9th, get there on the 6th. So you start, you wait 3 days. And then you can come in and join. Wait, I did that the wrong way around, didn't I? When are you getting there? The 8th? How about now? The 11th. Give you this general. Seems good. I noticed a good thing while talking to chat just now. We are actually able to build the Suez Canal. Now we go to Admin Tech 20, but it is going to cost 12,000 ducats. So we're not going to do that quite yet. But it's worth keeping in mind. Alright. Bulgarian separatists, or Tarnovan, how dare you? You've been core parts of my nation for many, many years. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the coalition. You know, if the coalition fires, we should be fine, because we'll get lots and lots of estate levies. But it will cause problems. It will cost us a lot of manpower, some border provinces, some you know, edge provinces may get sieged down. What the coalition might make me do is finally... oh, that's a great point from chat. We should turn off scootage in preparation for the coalition. It's going to make a lot of people mad, so we're going to temporarily turn off protect trade. Thank you very much. That's a really good call out. Armenia, no scootage. For the smaller ones, I'm not sure we need to bother. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just, well, Crimea does raise up a lot of men when they're at war, and we can turn it off without even turning off their divert trade, so... Yeah, that's a good call. In case the coalition does fire, which it still may not, remember, they don't... just because they're threatening to fire doesn't mean they're gonna. But in the event they do fire, we would obviously want all of our men ready to go. Where have the separatists gone? The Yemeni separatists have fled from somewhere weird. Okay, got some trade disputes, no problem. Do we want to declare another war against Kerman? Fight these guys? I really do. Okay, I really do want to do that. So let's have these guys hop on the boats. These two should be sufficient to keep the situation under control. Seems good. New coalition member. Yeah, so like all of Italy, is Milan eligible? They are, but of course they're truce locked for a long time. Mazarin. Okay, in terms of conversions, Sivas would be a good one, but they've got too much unrest. Oh no, we can make some progress. Do I want to do that? I've already got 30%. Yeah, let's work on Sivas. I'd like it if we didn't. If we had this this kind of eastern region fully Sunnied up. I'm only sitting at 8 ducats from here now. Really want to take that next idea. Yeah, more coalition members. Unsurprising. I will set some autonomous role suppression just to lower the unrest a bit. We're just going to do it all over. I expect the rebellions will still fire, but we might be able to make some of them a bit smaller, is the idea. And then these guys will serve as my new army in the east. Do we only have 4 armies right now? Ah, no, of course. The 5th one's down in Yemen. God, it takes such a long time to come to and from Yemen. That's the other reason to get the Suez Canal. Speedy transport to and from Yemen would be so useful. So, it's time, at long last. First off, give me the largest city on the continent, please. It's outrageous. We've been denied it for months. Months, I say. It's finally time to build a bank. Why are we building a bank? Because it's amazing. Gives us 25% urban gravity. Straight up, not even upgrading for anything, which is great. 20% local trade power. 1 base urban gravity. 10% production efficiency, which is going to be nice. That's 0.5 ducats a month right there. +1 trade value, +1 tax income. It's very, very nice. So for context, this place is 30.9% of all of our, not even all of our trade power in the node, all of the province trade power. So slightly less than all of our trade power, but that's, yeah, that bank's going to do great things for us, which should be good. Okay, what's the next big investment? I mean, we could just go around building banks basically now. Because these banks are, I mean, the banks are real good. They're expensive though. They're expensive as heck. I think we probably should just kind of go around building a bunch of banks. Why can't I build one in Chaldiki, by the way? Because it requires... We don't have a city hall in Chaldiki? That's a bit of a mistake. Well, I mean, is it? The population is already high enough. Nah, we'll see, we'll see. Let's go back up to speed 4. Not at war now, so seems good. Right, you guys merging up in the south. Right, yeah, I mean, the problem will come, obviously, if we're trying to deal with a huge Sunni... a huge religious rebellion, while also engaged in a coalition war. If we have a religious civil war at the same time as a coalition war, that's when we're going to start having problems. The Age of Reformation has begun. Enables religious conflicts. Very timely. We've not expelled the heathens yet. I think I could do it anytime I wanted. We're currently not persecuting other religions either, which we should actually do. Yeah, let's do that. Apart from anything else, gives me more legitimacy. We couldn't force heretics. No, we could force heretics to convert. So just to show you what this does, if we were to expel... Why can't I expel Orthodox? They're probably a useful minority right now. But if we were to expel Catholics, every province with a Catholic minority gets 10 unrest for 5 years. Or no, looks like between 2 and 6 years. The one right at the bottom. I guess it depends on the size of the population. And then you basically... I'm not sure if they actually flee anywhere, the population. I think you basically just kill all of the people that aren't your religion group, or a sizable portion of them. And yeah, it costs 200 military power, and you get 2 war exhaustion. You also get some money. I'm surprised we have so many Catholics, to be honest. Is it pretending the Orthodox are Catholics? No, we actually do have some, I guess, from the Latin Empire, basically. But obviously we should... oh yeah, and you get the event Turkish pogrom with all of the people that believe that faith. So we are going to do that against the Orthodox once they're no longer considered a religious minority. Sharia law. We definitely can't take a base stability, base -1. Another, we definitely can't take extra unrest. It's just not possible. And of course, unfortunately, that really sucks. But absolutely, you can have you can promote. There's no world in which we can give them this at all. Excuse me a moment. Sorry, YouTube. We didn't do much in your absence. Just move some men around. I forgot to unpause after we finished doing the prop bet fun. So I mean, you know, we're not expanding externally. One way we could expand internally, we could annex Armenia. I bet we could get most of Armenia to between kind of, let's say, 50 and 70 autonomy, especially with some road building. Chaldiki, I would actually like the city hall there, please. Nice, there's another free core. You love to see it. Alright. Anything we want from the estates while we're at peace? Not really. I could take this for the national unrest. The -1 national unrest. And -3 in Burger provinces. I don't think we need to, really. I mean, the stability increase interval is quite nice. Yeah, we shouldn't need that. Do I need to keep these men down here? Like, how's your unrest? Should be fine. Yeah, their unrest is fine. Oh, and look, Hejaz has moved their capital to Sana. How cool. I wonder what caused them to do that. Normally the AI never moves their capital. Oh god, look at their autonomy. No wonder there's no unrest. Yeah, we'll have these guys come back up north. Get picked up. Yeah, we could kind of polish off Arabia. These internal little tribal provinces. All these oasis provinces. I don't know if we need to. Like, there's not much reason to take this land. We might want to just make them tributaries, but they're so mad at us. This is a good test, actually. If I demand you to become my tributary, and they say no, do I get a CB? I'm not sure. They have rejected it. I do not get a CB. Right, okay, cool. I think in vanilla you get a CB, right? France declared war on Armagnac. How the hell did you get independent? When did that happen? Or did they just declare war on the subject? Seems unlikely, right? That's weird. It would clean up the borders a bit. But there'd probably still be big desert provinces because we don't own Hejaz. Your chat is right. I think I'm thinking of Stellaris when you ask people to be a tributary and get a CP on them. Easy mistake, right? I mean, the games look so similar. Let's have you guys protect against this region. Cool. Did the vassals become Protestant? No. Oh, you mean the French vassal? Yes, they did. Good thinking. Why? They declare independence if they go Protestant, do they? Or France abandons the vassal. That's good intel. Oh, that was the jizya tax. I thought, like, why did I just make such a tiny amount of money? Wait, we're not having jizya tax. So what was that little tiny bit of income? And then another little tiny bit of income. That's bizarre. What do we want to build next? New banks? France gets an event when they go Protestant to declare war on them. Cool. Is banks like the right play? Or maybe we should just be still going for like corporation guilds. I think definitely these two corporation guilds are good investments because we really need production centers to get the silk going over here. Bank in Cairo is smart, yeah. Autonomy is still pretty high though. Oh, it's coming down to 0 at the moment. Nice. That's all good then. We're in position to declare this war, so let's do it. But first I'm just going to grab that Corporation Guild in Rhodes. Rhodes is not core? Right, because we just don't have the admin points. Yeah, give me a Corporation Guild in Rhodes. So you are allied to that lot. And would actually accept vassalization, which is a shame for you, because instead I'm going to full annex you. And you're going to call in these guys, these guys, these guys, and these guys, none of which I am scared of. Some of which are in the coalition, which is great stuff, because it means they will be forced out of the coalition. The bank is completed. Amazing. Let's take a look at the new urban gravity. Oh, baby. 645,000 urban gravity. We could encourage looting. Like, no, we shouldn't. There's nice cities down here. They're going to be ours in the fullness of time. We'll heavily restrict looting. Yeah, I think we shouldn't build the bank in Cairo yet. We should focus on the road, the Baghdad road. But once we finish the Baghdad road, then a bank in Cairo will become the next priority. And maybe, I don't know, the conversion is just so much faster without the jizya that it really makes me feel like... It makes me feel happy to not have the jizya. But it does take a lot. It's a lot of I mean, we're having a problem here. I don't think I need to tell you. Like, we can't start major international wars right now because we need one of our armies 100% of the time on crushing these rebels. The legitimacy finally trending up. Yeah, good. Our religious crisis appears to have come to an end. Conversion speed up to 8%. Jesus, that's pretty good. And that's before, you know, intolerance and all that. Just going to roam around with this army for a bit. Smacking armies. And once these guys come up here, I'll move them and send them back down the Baghdad road. Should be good. Where is next? You're building a road. You're not. Any rural or urban wealth? Probably not, I'm guessing. We need 1,300 ducats for the next stretch of the Baghdad road. How are we doing here? Remember, it was 40 days to begin with. Got it to... Still only 38. We've spent like... But like 4,000 ducats on roads since it was last calculated. Making headway up here. Maybe that's what I should focus on. These kind of ones that I know are low autonomy near the capital. No, we were focusing on the east, weren't we? Yeah. Let's keep focusing on the east, so that we can try and not have to deal with rebels, you know, on both sides of the Black Sea. Your army in the Caucasus is suffering attrition. Thank you. That's weird. We had supply limit here earlier. I will move them. Only catching a very small army down here, but now we've declared war. There's less of a rush. Oh, quite prestigious, some of these conversions. Nice. Come on. We really need the unrest to reduce before we can get those conversions going. Serdikat is another city that I'd like to convert before we start doing expulsions. I don't know. We probably don't need to worry as much as I am about the expulsions and how much damage they're going to cause. Maybe we should just be going for it. You know, getting the expulsions started. In fact, yeah, I'm going to settle on that. We should be getting the expulsions started because this is obviously an untenable situation. We can't continue to live like this. So where is it? Where's the decision gone? Persecute other religions. Is it vanished? Am I crazy? Force heretics to convert. There it is. Oh, you have to be at peace. Right. I think after this war, that may be our move. We're making a lot of money right now. That's just getting better and better. Nice. Very nice indeed. The bank will have done not unappreciable stuff in you know, the place, Constantinople. Get those roads going, and then it's just here because Baghdad already has them. No, Baghdad actually doesn't already have them. We should probably prioritize. Let's do Baghdad next for the roads. I bet we can get some local wealth. Not forts. Roads. Come on, give me some urban wealth. Yeah, I thought so. We need 1,058 ducats to get that going. Should, of course, be highly doable. Okay, catching a relatively sizable army here. That's good news. Just stops them doing damage to my my subjects, basically. Yeah, and we're doing really nice work for the Armenians with our Baghdadi religious center. It's definitely helping them out a lot with their conversions. Going to help them be stable and also help it be a stable region once we integrate it. We obviously don't want to worry about having the same kind of problems we're having with the Orthodox, with the Miaphysites, once this conversion is done. Re-election of Aachen. The thing is, like, it might feel like we're not making much progress because we've only got 2 provinces that have kind of actually flipped since this heavy religious push started. But it's not the case. There'll be minorities springing up in a bunch of these provinces and all that kind of stuff. Our conversion is going more than double the previous speed with this new change. Of course, it would be better if we'd taken just war first, But, oh well. Oh well. Any central mosques that we're kind of in key spots that we're missing? Yeah, we don't actually have one in KOTOR. I'm going to do that now, even though I know, we're saving for the road. How would building a mosque here increase our manpower, I ask you? That seems odd. Yeah, the trade, oh, can they convert heretics? I don't know. Because they're obviously converting heathens right now. I'm not sure if they're capable of converting heretics. We've been being silly. I know we had a vote on this earlier, but we're going to stop transferring trade from Hormuz, transfer instead from the Black Sea, and we're going to get him on religious conversion to try and get some more Black Sea Orthodox lot brought round to the one true faith. Because, I mean, I don't think I need to tell you this. This religious situation is painful. We really don't need the military points right now. So would we rather have 10% siege speed or 10% manpower recovery? Probably 10%, or 20% national manpower. We'll take 20% national manpower. He is Orthodox, which is a little off-brand right now. But that's okay. The Sunni faith grows. Casa has converted. Well done. Good choice. Another free core. Yambol switched to Turkish. All kinds of great stuff happening right now. Amazing. And yeah, the religious centers are accelerating due to our... well, first off, we've got the one going up in the north now, which is good. Oh, nice. Getting that guy has actually given us manpower low. We're getting 3,000 manpower a month now. We can take another idea. Which idea can we take? State religion? Really? How much is this going to cost me? Oh, 700 points. Are you kidding me? Yeah, increase over time is beginning to tick up. Fair enough. This is probably the last one we take. Well, I mean, but then why take it? Because this doesn't do anything, really. We'll take level 28 as well, and then we'll go back to investing in ideas, and I imagine we'll fill out all 3 idea groups before we go back. So what should our next idea group be? We've been... Feels like just a couple of days ago that we were agonizing over trade ideas and state religion. Popular religion? Popular religion doesn't have any conversion strength in it, is that right? Yeah. You do get extra missionary, of course, which is, 33% more missionary-based conversion. There's one missionary in prophecy as well. The national unrest down is very tempting because we're really struggling with national unrest when we have low legitimacy after a new inherit. We did also want logistic ideas, as chat is pointing out astutely. Does the macro missionary tab work in MEIOU and taxes? It's not in yet, because that's a 1.30 feature, I believe. We did want logistic ideas, which is 20% less attrition and 10% more siege speed, which is effectively roughly 30% less manpower taken in siege, damage taken during sieges, which is very, 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 very valuable. It's on the vertical, you can see it. Am I crazy? Oh, I am crazy. Yeah. So we can send missionaries this way, but isn't there an automating thing in 1.30? I've only played one campaign in Emperor, to be honest, because I just played MEIOU and taxes. Or is that something they were talking about maybe adding in the future? Or is that a fever dream of just something that I really want them to add? Logistic ideas is obviously amazing, and mill points are what we have in excess. That said, we could take mercenary ideas and loot more. That'd be funny. We're not going to use mercenaries, but it was a dream caused by lack of tea. Speaking of lack of tea, I'm afraid it's sad times, but I'm going to pay out the nose. Looks like we're not managing that one. So you got a really good return on investment if you voted no during that. If you want something to spend your points on, we have a long-term stretch goal going, or you could save it up to buy yourself more votes in polls. Okay. We could, I mean, you know, there's money to be made in, like, mercantilism. The rural goods produced is nice. The, what is it, 1, 2 merchants is nice. Or yeah, the production efficiency. But I think we should definitely take logistics, even though it's not really helping our unrest situation, because more manpower is amazing, and we don't have the points to take anything else right now. Oh, right, I'm an idiot. It costs 600 points because we're 6 years ahead of time. Right, not a problem. In that case, we could probably take this idea. Well, it doesn't matter though, does it? I mean, why bother taking this idea? How much is it going to cost without the ahead of time 6 years penalty? Let's work that out, roughly. So roughly, looking at the other modifiers, we're looking at about 0. So I bet it's going to be about 60% less. So it's about 700 points. It's going to only be about 280 points or so. It's probably less than, probably a bit more than that, probably 350. So we can take this. And then the idea will be cheaper because of the extra idea. When we actually come to take it, it'll end up being cheaper, which seems good. All right. You hop on the boats and head up north, and Baghdad, you're getting roads. Yes, please. Amazing. And that will also help the whole region, because communication is going via the capital in Baghdad before it goes out into the rest of the area. And yeah, the conversion, we really should see a kind of almost a step change in the rate of conversion. Now we have this guy up here, and we have our missionaries being assigned bed up, which we actually have an unassigned missionary. Don't do that. Should be good. No more manpower low. Shame. Shame. Separatists have risen up here. Okay. They should not be too challenging to put down, because we can boat bomb them and they're in the fort, and we have a leader and they don't. They do have lots of cavalry, which is unfortunate. Oh god, they have like no morale. Oh my god, and they have one military tactic. What the heck? Yeah, goodbye. You will not be missed. That was embarrassing. My lord. Alright, come over here. Manpower low again. Really oscillating. Income is just doing pretty nicely. And yeah, not jizya taxing is making the whole Balkans richer. We will... Every time this pops up, I think it's going to be in the capital again. I will turn the heir into a general. Silk, please. Because we need the legitimacy upon inheritance. We could decentralize to stabilize the nation. It's not unthinkable. Where is that decision? Has that decision been removed? Interesting. I'm not sure. Things are calming down a little bit, but basically just in the areas where there's already been rebellions. Which is not really calming down, is it? And yes, we've got a... What are we doing here now? Only 20%. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Great. Siege done there. Keep moving in. What are we looking at in this war? I should have full called then. That was foolish. Oh no, this is a claw return roar, isn't it? So we're looking at absolutely 0 aggressive expansion. Should we take this as well? The mad rain continues. Just take both of these. Give that one to Fars. And this one as well, maybe, and then all of this. maybe not that last part. We shouldn't take land from them, at least not significant lands. I think we take that, and obviously that one goes to the guy. And this is full annexation, right? Oh, it's not actually. Okay. Where else do you own then? It is full annexation. Why wasn't there the minus a bunch from annexation? Maybe I just missed it. Highly plausible. Yeah, let's send these guys back up to Constantinople to try and suppress some more the rebellions around here. Actually, yeah, let's send you over to, like, here, so that we can rapidly respond to any Catholic uprisings. Avoid a sneaky little civil war triggering over there. Final bit of the Baghdad road for now. It's going to cost 1,600 ducats. And then once those have all built, we're going to be looking pretty good. I'm going to keep trying to convert these cities just to insulate them from the damage. Got them here. You want to just head straight for the next fort. Let's actually prioritize grabbing the war goal right now, so we can start getting things ticking. Sounds good. Okay, what... excuse me. What is our next goal? Beyond this war, and apart from stabilizing ourselves religiously. I don't know. I want to get rid of this event. I don't know what it does. Like, these appear to do the same thing. There's Jews trying to migrate to the Holy Land, but there are no Jews living in, like, any of these provinces. Oh, it's not true. Okay, there's some in Gaza, but I mean, it doesn't really seem to do anything, that event. So it just kind of seems a little bit of a waste of my time, to be honest. Let's try and get Varna to convert. There's too much unrest, probably. Yeah. We should prioritize this region so that they, like, before they, while they have the recent rebellion. I think it makes sense. Bum, bum, bum. Sistan is updated. Alright, we've got enough money for that last bit of the road. Amazing. Nice. Which now means we have either the highest level road or a road under construction. The highest level road under construction. All the way to Basra. We could extend it. We could make it go down... Sorry, to Baghdad. We could make it go down to Basra. But I suspect the best route to Basra is here. Not here, or here. Because this province is smaller. So that's probably what we'll do. Where else? How far did our road get down the Nile? That should probably be the next priority. Not very. Apparently there's not even any road here. No. Why is it showing... I can build here. Oh, these ones are under construction. Right. Okay, so our road got to here. So we've got these two left. How much are you going to set me back? Might be some local wealth. Yeah, they can go up 50%. There's a 2% chance we lose stability. Come on, that's never going to happen. Okay, you know I was sweating a little bit. 600 ducats for that. And you, give me a road, local wealth. It's never going to happen. Oh, God. Okay. So for 1,200 ducats, we can get both those roads. And Kus, or how you say it, has no road at all. Give me... It never happens. Give me a basic road there. God, I mean, that was... 2% and a 1%. We're lucky. That would have been... I mean, I know the odds are that things happen exactly as they did happen, but I still feel lucky. Okay. It's going to be... I mean, the problem with playing fanatically like this, which I think we do need to do, because huge areas of Orthodox land are just... I don't know if you've read many history books, but they're long-term stability risks. So we should convert them. But it's honestly less fun doing the conversions. But maybe that's just me being negative because I am a bit feverish and don't feel great right now. Maybe that's just maybe that's the temperature talking. But we had a lot of fun last stream with a lot of the madness that was the religious conflicts, but you know, the game is a lot calmer. The game is a lot calmer when you just kind of chill out and let people more or less do as they please religion-wise. We did also integrate Serbia before we had to. Apart from anything else, well, that's what I want to submod in. There should be ways to force your subjects to convert. At the moment, when you conquer a small subject, you get an option to force them to convert, but it's only for small. Yeah, there needs to be a way to force your subject to convert because it's it's realistic. It's realistic that you could impose your religious will upon your subjects. It should cost them stability, and it should cost you maybe like diplo rep, a lot of maybe military or diplo power. Maybe it should only be possible once they're 50% integrated. That might be a good way of doing it. But yeah. All right, give me those roads, please. The Nile Road must be developed. There's so much money here. Oh, that's amazing. Give me the remaining with ducats. Oh, hello. Give me the remaining with ducats. And then this one, do we want to do this one as well? We do, really. It's going to be 400 ducats. It's never going to happen. Oh, okay. A 1% stability loss for 200 ducats is not worth it. So we should definitely stop doing that. But oh baby. Yeah, the development down here is really nice. With all this glorious sugarcane they're growing. Is that historical? Like, did they grow tons of sugarcane on the Nile? I imagine yes, because they wouldn't have just pulled that out of nowhere. But maybe they did it to make Egypt richer, as it historically was, because they're kind of, well, they wouldn't need to because the population's way higher. But it seems odd, right? They'd be making quite so much sugarcane. But that's why you should look forward to 3.0. You can have multiple agricultural industries in the same region, which is very cool. God, look how terrible our air is. We'll replace him. Easy win there. And we can leave them in the province now, since there's no risk of them having a rebellion actually rising on them, which should be good. Yeah, the Nile is crazy developed. We're lucky that we only had to siege it down once. So we did it gently. So we really didn't cause any unnecessary damage to the provinces, which is obviously really good. Okay, I'm being told there were, in fact, massive slave plantations growing sugarcane and cash crops and things. Specifically, this has been the 9th century in southern Mesopotamia, and they had a huge rebellion there, mostly using African slaves. I didn't realize that the Arabic slave trade started that early. I thought it was more like the 1100s when that really kicked off. It's interesting looking at the numbers for how many slaves were taken in the Arabic slave trade. It ends up being, apparently, and I'm just going off Wikipedia numbers, I have no idea if this is accurate, it ends up being almost exactly the same number as was in the transatlantic slave trade, although obviously over a much longer period. Just interesting how that just coincidentally ended up being like the same number of people. Which is pretty crazy. Alright, craftsmen, we're going to keep keeping them there. You shouldn't be able to fire that, to click that event more than once. Oh crap, I didn't mean to tell you to not go up here. Or are they choosing to not take the fight because they think they'd lose? Because you're wrong. If you think you'd lose that fight, you definitely win it. Where else do we need a road? That's the next question, really. Maybe we should first check, like, are there any cities without basic roads? Any provinces with any kind of urbanization? Yes. Moria. Let's just start checking to make sure provinces with urban development have good roads. Good. And we should probably wait longer between spending stuff. But yeah, we could start. China is suggesting, by the way, YouTube, we could start on the Serbian road. I'm going to work on cities roads first. We're gonna go through everywhere with urban production. Basically, gets the highest level road, and then we're going to work on a Serbian road serves obvious function in the current climate. So we're gonna make sure that we have good relay ports, which we do, but this could do with being upgraded even further. And then we're going to build the Serbian road, and we're going to build another port road, and probably like roads on all of this, honestly. And then maybe, you know, this as well. We shall see. You willing to call it a day yet? No. It is full annexation, so. But the war's been going on a little while, so we occupy them here. Alright, moving in there. Alright, putting these guys back down. Alright. Blow them down. Should be good. Who are you? That's Friuli. Ragusa and Friuli could obviously do with annexing as well, just to beautify the border around here. That's unfortunate, but we should be able to go and deal with them after this. These guys, I think I can't remember how it works, but don't they somehow... No. They take various things from you, and I never remember which they take. Ooh, Poland has declared war on Bohemia to restore their religious independence. Interesting. I wonder if they'll actually win that. It's not a like the AI decided to declare the war kind of war. It's a event-driven war. So because normally I'd be thinking if they declared it, of course they're going to be able to win, probably. But it doesn't really apply. Plausible deniability. Of course I'm not going to lose 20 privateer efficiency because of the opinion of some fool. I will take just this province from you, please. Maybe these two as well. No, just this one. And cash, and trade power, and all that good stuff. Cool. Makes the borders much neater. And this will be our Persian subject border, basically. We'll have one subject here, one here, one here. And we'll probably integrate them in this order. Yeah, look at that. That's very nice. Getting towards tech. Who is occupying all of this? Ifsan is actually the one occupying it, which is you. Ifsan, would you like to leave the war for the low price of war reps? What about if I siege your capital? I suspect you will if I siege your capital, because that would just like kill all of these occupations, which would be handy. You know I want to take the merchant. You know I do. But we need to get the naval board first. It's only sensible. We'll take the naval board and then... Well, we'll see what Tech 25 gives us the easy way. Oh, leaving the coalition against us. Cowards. Cowards. Oh, we have 3 missionaries. Whoops. Let's keep the conversions going in this area, since it's lower unrest than it will be normally. You guys really fled again? Come on. Get the stack white. Alright. More roads time. Firstly, we're talking about who's missing the basic level. Any provinces with... Let's get on the right map mode, please. This is a bit hard to read. Yeah, this one has some production, doesn't it? No, actually. I guess we burnt that down by mistake. Fair enough. Well, here is a relay port, actually. So that could definitely do with some better roads and also a better town hall so that we can get a better port in the fullness of time. Apart from that, let's keep having a look. This is a relay port, so it could definitely do with better roads. Same goes for Sinop. Yep, no roads there. Boom, and then we're out of cash again. Good stuff. Alright, here's the Orthodox Zealots. It's just one province. We need to get on them immediately, preferably before they win that siege. So bring these guys over. If I don't know the exact trigger conditions, but if religious rebels successfully siege provinces, they can cause the formation of what's called a heretic stronghold. And if heretic strongholds exist, you get a religious civil war. And it really sucks. And the trigger conditions are a bit weird. Like, I was Castile once, and I had a heretic stronghold form in, like, Manila, when I had, like, a couple of, like, 2 provinces of some Sunnis down here, and then a couple of provinces with some Sunni minorities, and I got, like, you know, your whole country, like, has a massive stability hit because you have a religious civil war. So I'm not really sure exactly what that, how that works. We do not yet have a mayor's palace in Constantinople. There's not really a reason to do that, I don't think. Like, the only reason to go, there's 2 reasons to go tall. First off, largest city on the continent gets absolutely wrecked. Heck yeah, buddy. Gives us the extra urban gravity and the urban gravity modifier. Very nice. Plus, it just means we're giving the big old middle finger to Paris. There's no real reason for us to build a civil art academy or a mayor's palace, because there's no reason to build tall when you have enough people to already staff your economy building, your trade and economy buildings. At least that's basically my understanding. Increasing the number of upper class people benefiting from the world famous university is I suppose one thing. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really see a reason to go tall. We can invest in state religion ideas and get innovativeness. Oh, that's interesting. I will actually do that then. His innovativeness is precious. Oh god. 30,000 peasant rebels rather. That's a little problematic. We'll bring this army over and a bunch of new rebels over here. But things should be calming down. They're not, though. I was going to say things should be calming down as we get the recent uprising. Recent uprising is only -20 in this game, in this mod rather, which means that in the level of unrest we have here, it's not actually enough to mean we don't get further rebellions, which is pretty painful. More Croatian separatists. Okay. Hey, Ifshan. Them of the massacre at the drop site. Would you take peace, for goodness sake? As soon as we start sieging them, they will definitely take the peace. We'll deal with the separatists. Okay, yeah, we can deal with them. We'll deal with these guys first, and then I'll send the transports back up over there. I'm going to try and get these guys to fight me when I don't have to attack them in the mountains, ideally. Is 30,000 rebels in Sicily super unrealistic? I don't think so. There's 510,000 people that live here. And rebellions had far more people in them than would normally be eligible for military service. Because, at least, I mean, I've only studied rebellions in this period in England, but often people who were like peasant rebellions would involve. Right there, we do get the CB now. So I guess high. Oh god, our piety is cranked as well. That's a large percentage of the population, yes, but peasant rebellions tended to include large percentages of the population, larger than would normally join the army, because it was a kind of all or nothing thing. They knew that if they lost, a lot of them would die. And so I think typically they would they would have such a scale of people get involved. Oh, right. I was looking at this and I was like, there were more than that. That's a different pop-up. This battle isn't over yet. They would have very large groups join, and kind of, you know, the rebellions would be basically forced to end by harvests, because such a huge portion of people were away that they would have serious problems if they didn't call things off at the right moment. Then again, armies had exactly the same situation a lot of the time. Let's send both of these, about harvest that is, let's send both of these up north just so we can get absolute supremacy there. Meanwhile, you will take the peace now. I'm sieging you as predicted. Also give me some cash. Goodbye. There go a bunch of their sieges. And now, come on now. Come on. 0. It says 0 as if one reason would mean that they'd say yes, but I don't trust it, because would result in their annexation is a number that seems to just change dynamically to make sure they're always saying no. Why can't I demand this province? Did their call go away? No. Let's flip the occupations. Are you not in this war? They are in the war. Oh, they're called FARs. Right. I was looking at this flag and then looking for it in the list. That's my bad. FARs getting all of it. That's what I want. And they're prepared to do it now. Okay, never mind. The one was not a lie. Boom. More separatists. Oh, goody. Let's have one of these boys turn around and help, because that's quite a few. We have a new decision. Act of supremacy. What does this do? At times, the church and state had a rocky relationship. Yeah, so we can lose 2 stability and get church displeasure, and then we can't have, like, we don't get the negatives from, like, religious controversies and things. But that's a terrible, terrible deal, so we're not going to do it. FARS got a bunch of new land, which is great, and oh, I didn't realize I gave them that province. Maybe they had that one already. Nice, look at that. Our grip on southern Persia is essentially complete. And there's no unrest. Almost no unrest. So you guys can just head back over here. Sure, give me 0.1 stability points. I'll take it at this point. I'm so tempted to not take this diplo attack. But we should take it because we're going to be capped otherwise. It'll be cheaper to take it now than later. Kaffa is Catholic? That seems so unlikely. But it is. So, I mean, I guess. Right, converting here. Keep converting here. Are you going to flip majority yet? No. We need these provinces to recalculate. A good harvest. Of course, I will put it in the treasury. That's tons of money. Alrighty then. Where can we get some good roads? Obviously, again, we're going to prioritize provinces with production. So there and here. We actually can't afford that straight up. I thought we were going to be able to. I'll wait a month and we'll grab it there. That seems like the good spot to throw it down. It is indeed time for expulsions. So let's see if we can expel Orthodox heretics right now. Oh, we can. I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm going to save. And I make no apologies for saving, because it's a big event. It can cause crashes. But, I mean, this decision will convert as much as 10% of the population in each province to the Sunni faith, but it will greatly upset the target religion and could really lead to an uprising or even civil war. That's why it's best to use this option when a heresy is widespread but not dominant. Expel the Orthodox Christians. We spend 200 military power. We gain 2 war exhaustion. We get 2,100 ducats. We get a 4-year policy of intolerance. And we get plus 10 unrest, ranging from 2 to 6 years probably based on the percent of the local population. And we get between 20 and... Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think I didn't recognize just how many heretics there were in the center of our nation. Holy crap. Well, they're not going to be there after this. Jesus Christ. Alright, get ready. We're going to be fighting rebels for a while. Meanwhile, let's spend that money on roads. Where else needs top level roads? Izmit for sure. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of rebels. We're gonna have to fight a lot of rebels. Let's start building the Serbian road. Do I want to build the Serbian road through the forest mountains or the wooded mountains? Probably the forest mountains. Ah, I can't because it's not a core. But I can build them here. We can't afford it. Start over here then. Give me a port. And here. Give me a better port. Okay. Come in here. Position yourself to go against them. Just get any old general in case. Orthodox rebels have risen in 3 different provinces. 33,000 here. 40,000 here. 3,000 here. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, let's get these guys... Let's get these two to beat this 4,000, 40,000, and then immediately send them to deal with this lot. Well, these guys should be able to win that fight. It'll be more costly than I'd like, but we should win it. This has got to be a stack wipe, thank you. Let's get this fight going. Join together here. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. It's a tough one. I'm not going to say it's not a tough one. We really don't want to get that heretic stronghold up here. That would be the... That's the bad condition. That would be the oh crap situation, basically. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. Oh my god. I really didn't appreciate just how many... we're definitely going to demand the city citizenship to lower the unrest a bit. I can't get anything from you. Wow, you can give me 100 tradition general. That's pretty nice. And the Corvi labor as well. Well, it's not worth lowering the lesser noble happiness, honestly, actually. Could also demote them, but don't want to. Could demand manpower from them. I think that's worth it, actually. I'd give them the gift that is required. I'd give them 1,000 ducats for 60,000 manpower. Yeah, the tech, the combat ability from the tech could be useful, but I think it's not fighting the rebels that's the problem. Ooh, my tea. Thank you. Hello, my love.
Just a reminder that you need to go to bed.
You're right.
For your immune system.
I know, it's the vaccine. Did you know that, chat? Oh, I didn't pause the video. That's my bad. Anyway, we're back. We're going to put down these rebels. What time is it now? It's 10. We're going to put down these rebels. And we're going to see what we can do. Just provisionally come over here. You're coming to pick up the other one, aren't you? Didn't I have 2 armies here? No, yeah, go pick up that guy. What am I doing? You guys come here. Fortunately, the rebels in Kosovo have taken sufficient casualties just by attrition that we should be able to put them down without too much trouble. We'll give them the good general. Ideally, obviously, they don't win this siege. So I'm going to give these guys the move order straight into the province to begin with. The combat width from the tech might be useful. That's a really good idea, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Plus, it gave some fairly good bonuses to cannon. Oh my god, it's an absolute slog, man. I mean, I know we very much brought this upon ourselves. And it's going to be good in the long run. Just got to keep thinking that. We are... Oh, God, no. They're going to be able to get this siege. Almost certainly on this tick, yeah. Now, here's the big question. Oh, shit. It did get a heretic stronghold, which means that the religious civil war event is going to start ticking, and I believe it ticks at like 10% a month. So we have to recapture this province immediately, and recapturing it will destroy the heretic stronghold. But we have to do that lightning fast. Let's see, how much did it tick by? If it's 10%, we might get a civil war no matter what we do. It's 15%. Crap. Please don't get another garrison tick. Please beat them in under this month. These guys should be sufficient to blockade the province. We're obviously going to barrage the fort walls. Please finish this fight before the end of April. That will definitely happen. Oh, I unplugged my... sorry, excuse me, chat. This is... it's troubling. It's troubling. We need to... we did stack wipe them. 14% plus barrage gives us 36%. Yes! Very good point from chat. Let's assault the fort, because there's only 350 defenders. That will definitely give us the win. Okay, come on. Obviously we're going to win, but... Heretic Bastion falls. We removed the Heretic Stronghold, which means... Oh, crap. You can't end the progress towards the religious civil war without having an Edict of Tolerance. So we may have to do an Edict of Tolerance temporarily. But at least we brought down that rebellion. And we didn't get the... I really thought we were going to get the religious civil war actually firing there. Which would obviously have been poor. Let's send one of them over here ready to respond to the likely rebellion in that region. And then one of them obviously needs to get over here and deal with the Corsicans. Oh god, it's not good, is it? What's our force limit, by the way? Yeah, we can't afford a whole nother army. Do I need to leave a whole army down here just to deal with the fact that there's a tiny bit of unrest in one of these Fars provinces? I don't. So let's bring these guys up here. And you know what would make a lot of difference right now? A bit of automated rebel suppression in the core, in the heartlands. So if you go on this, and then, yeah, this is it's gonna really reduce it in some of these core areas if we can get enough armies on this rebel suppression. We can't afford another army. The overforce limit penalties are brutal. What we should do is, we're not going to be able to stop the rebellion in the east. This much I know. So let's put these guys in Anatolia and see if we can at least get the Heartland to consolidate. At least Egypt is stable, Egypt and the Levant. Because obviously the Orthodox people are heavily concentrated in the area that the Romans managed to hold on to longer. Yeah, unrest. Are you making any headway with 26 unrest? Jesus Christ, they actually are. That's impressive. Let's keep trying to convert the areas that are in states. I realized the other reason, by the way, why it's smart to convert this area is because it's in a state and therefore it converts faster. Sivas has flipped. That's good. It's a total shit show. I'm well aware of that, but give me some more here. We just have to hold on, because it's, remember, for many of these provinces, because they're very low percentage Orthodox, it's not long that they actually have these penalties for. Like this one, for example. It's only for 2 years. Only 2 more years. We have to hold on. Just hold on for dear life. So because we haven't cored Bosnia and we're not going to be able to be for ages, I'm actually going to build like a temporary road. Wait, hang on. You got any rural work for me? No? Well, yeah, I will actually give you a bit of manpower for this. No, I won't. It's a temporary road. What are you doing? We've already got a low-level road here, yeah. Just a low-level road. Here. until we can go via Bosnia. Seems good. Yeah, so it's not after 2 years we're rid of all the Orthodox. After 2 years we get basically minus 10%, and it's not, you know, actually 10% less Orthodox people, but like each province has its Orthodox population reduced by an absolute value of 10%, essentially. We definitely need to offer cash to the lesser nobles. Let's save up cash to give to the lesser nobles. See you later, Duke. It's a one-off 10% reduction in all of the affected provinces. Is how that's my understanding, at least. Burgers demand privilege. Well, we definitely can't say no. So, yes. pretty simple, that one. I do kind of want to revoke it again immediately, which could cause us to lose. Yep. No, I'm going to revoke it immediately, and we're not going to lose any stability. Because it would just be unfair to lose stability right now. So it won't happen. It's just the way it's going to work. I don't know what to tell you. It's just not going to happen. There's our final claim on Naples, for the last bit of their land that we actually want. See, I told you, no stability loss. No, not even a doubt in my mind. No chance of a stability loss. See, told you. Never even doubted it for a second. Okay. Taking a little bit of casualties in the desert. Madrasa founded. I will always fund madrasas. They're good. They're a good time. We could kill our heir, because he's not very good. The national unrest is good, but he's also only 23, which means he'd be really old by the time our guy dies, likely in all likelihood. So I'm going to disinherit him. Get a new one. Picks a successor. So we got a 3-4-3, who's not that good. But is 0, which is kind of an upside almost. I could do with losing the war exhaustion, to be honest. Oh, which we actually get from the one we want to pick anyway. Nice. And we get 43. Not that good, but 50 prestige is not that hard to come by these days. Especially that we might be able to demand some from our subjects. Cool. Well, we are back in the positive. Nice. And yeah, losing that one more exhaustion is, of course, effectively -1 national unrest. Oh, and he's generous as well. Which is minus... Oh, generous. Okay, not the same, but -2 national unrest for 5% tax. I'll take that right now. I will take that without very much hesitation at all. Right, we have the income from vassals one right now. We could take the recruitment drive act rather than the 5%, rather than 10% stability. Would I rather have 10% more manpower, recovery rate, or 10% more stability? What the heck happened to my manpower recovery rate? I guess we've killed a bunch of the Orthodox guys that we were previously recruiting. I would like the extra 10% manpower recovery, but I also really like the 10% stability. I think we need to focus on the stability. I mean, stability is clearly the bigger problem for our nation right now. Oh, by the way, can we call Messina after that rebellion? No, but it's close. So after I siege this down, I'm going to send this army to Messina, and then hopefully we can get it coring, which will be nice. Because that's a relatively sizable chunk of our overextension. Fishing ports finished up here. Get the trade wharf going. Kotor, you already have the good one going. Good. What was I saving money for? I feel like there was something important. Do you have good roads? Yeah. Good roads, good roads. Roads has we're working on Izmit. Right here. No roads here. Yeah, give me some roads there. Oh, that's real cheap. Here as well. And then these ones already have good roads. Likewise here, here. Not here though. Okay, give me some roads there. Yeah, sure. Take the manpower. Let's get that going. Good stuff. Never doubt the count. Never bet against the count. We can make this work. Of course, I will take a claim rather than lose 15 legitimacy. It's a silly event. I don't know why you would ever choose to lose. I mean, I do know. Like, if it was your ally and you were weaker than them, but it's rare. It's very rare that you would choose to lose 15 legitimacy. That's 30 years of legitimacy gain at the default rate for us right now. And we have a lot of things that cause you to gain legitimacy. Where are they going to send these guys? Right. To Messina. We will definitely let them live in peace. I think we are removing... We're close. That's one of the longer ones. How much longer? Oh God, we're barely a year into this crisis. It's a heck of a time. Heck of a time to be an Ottoman. We could, of course, at basically any moment, pivot. You know, try and be nice again. I think we could anyway. Really, that didn't reduce it by enough. Maybe have to wait for the monthly tick. It doesn't seem to be showing up. We could propagate religion in Egypt. I don't think that's necessary. What's the other one? Aegean. Where is it? Where in the Aegean is not the right religion? Let's just do it and then see where it sends it. By the way, 154. We can see what that becomes. Can I get you now? Yes. Now they've rebelled. We can. Right, where is this converting? Wait. I thought it could only convert things in its... Oh, right. The Aegean includes Albania. Yeah, well, I'm going to do that, even if we lose 5 ducats. More than about 5 ducats, I think we won't, but... Let's see. 1 ducat. I'm definitely willing to spend 1 ducat on essentially an additional missionary. Not just an additional missionary, but an additional missionary that's automated. It's better than an additional missionary. Give me that core, please. You guys try. I mean, you could actually drill. So we're getting there on army professionalism, and I think army professionalism might be one of the things that rebels don't steal. Could be wrong. Do I want you to go all the way to Bursa? No, just hang out here. And yeah, just try and keep a lid on Anatolia and a little bit of Greece, if possible. That would be great if you could pull that off. You're just basically here for Alexandria, because we'd really rather not have a revolt down there. And then you can snake up into Anatolia as well. Like, oops. Like so. Accept. Good. And then honestly, actually, now I think about it, you guys, don't drill. It's not the time for drilling. We're about to get a huge noble rebel spawn. They're at 95%. I don't know how big it's going to be, but I have to imagine it's going to be big. Let's get these guys on the boats. Didn't fire this month at least. And send them over to Anatolia as well. See if we can, with another 25,000, see if we can suppress it a bit more. Corporation Guild-wise, I do kind of feel like just mad production to get the production centers going. It's basically just not a bad idea. Just fundamentally not a poor move. What was giving us 3,000 a month? Why is it declined? Do we have an event that I've now forgotten? So those Turkish rebels, how many are there going to be? 77,000, eh? Yeah, lots of them coming out of provinces that are incredibly close to 0 unrest. Have we got a negative unrest guy? We've got one -2 unrest. How about a -4? Let's pivot to this guy. I mean, this guy's just giving us cash and he's not even half off. So let's pivot to this guy. Emergency tithe. So this gives us 10,000 ducats, but it essentially renders our sacrifice cheap because it doesn't conclude the forced conversions that we have begun. And it moves us away from the policy of intolerance. I mean, 10,000 ducats is I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a tempting offer, but no, gold will not sway our mind. We have not killed this many rebels just to not get the long-term benefit of the policy. That is not my game here. 10,000 ducats, though, man. We turned down 10,000 ducats. Trust me, it hurts me. I feel it. But it was the right move. It was the right move. And with everyone suppressing unrest, we've now managed to get that 77,000 Turkish rebels down to 35, which is pretty good. I mean, it's true that is a good way of thinking about it. Would you fight? Like, let's say we're going to fight 400,000 rebels. Would you fight 400,000 rebels in manageable stacks for a 10k payoff? Yes. I would. I suppose that doesn't actually help. That doesn't help answer the question, does it? Because you could still go either way. The thing is, though, the whole point of us pivoting... Oh, they did re-get their PU opponent. The whole point of us doing this pivot to intolerance, the function behind all of this pain, is the idea that in the long run, this will establish a much more stable nation. And if we trade stability for 10,000 ducats, we're a fool. Because long-term stability is going to be worth more than 10,000 ducats. You know, having to pay armies to suppress rebels rather than either lowering maintenance after we've got full army professionalism or cranking up the army professionalism, it's not a good deal. It's not a good deal. It's tempting, but be not seduced by the siren song of tolerance. We must achieve religious hegemony for the good of the future of our nation. And I realized that out of context, a clip would definitely get me put on some kind of list. In the context of the game, obviously. All right. Let's think about banks. Let's get a bank in Bursa and Chaldiki next, just to ramp up our trade dominance in the region. Seems good. Question of rights. Antep. I don't think I want Antep. I'd rather have this one. Like, if you could give me the same event for this one, that would be great. But I'll renounce the claim, because the claims don't actually help. If we had a core, I wouldn't renounce it, because you can integrate land that you have cores on for no diplo points, which is pretty nice. How long until we get a stability? A stability would really... Oh, God, there's no struggles. And they had to fire... They had to go and fire on my beautiful sugar plantation. Leave southern Crete alone. It's a beautiful place with a nice canals. Some of the only canals I've ever built in this game. Leave Crete be. And yeah, we're gonna just keep converting around the coast here, trying to consolidate Sunni religion over here. Crete? I do keep saying Crete, don't I? I mean Cyprus, of course. Nowhere else is going to be able to core soon, I have to imagine. Although this one, it's not that bad on unrest. All right. More cash. Right, we're saving for banks. Don't spend the cash. We need 2,200 ducats or so. Division among Christians. What is this? In Europe, the Catholic Church was facing a schism, the likes of which had only been seen once before in the 11th century. This conflict presented others on the fringes of Christendom with a rare opportunity to divide and conquer by choosing sides, or not intervening, to allow this Reformation to sweep over the Christians in their domain. The new doctrines were especially attractive to Christians seeking to explain how they had erred so badly that God had abandoned them to the rule of infidels, and tens of thousands eagerly converted the new Reformed faith that was in opposition to mainstream Catholicism. We have no need to intervene or encourage the heretics to split the church, or crush this movement and win the support of Catholics. It does advantage us to have multiple small subsections of our faith, of our people following different religions, because consider Chaldicki. There's one group of a large oppressed Orthodox minority. I really hadn't appreciated just how much of our population was still Orthodox. There's a large oppressed Orthodox minority, right? There is a certain chance every, I don't know, year or month that some of these people convert to Sunni, and it's based on all kinds of things. Now consider this province, which I'm not going to try and read. We have two minorities. The dice is rolled twice in this province. So there's double the chance of some new Sunni believers in this province than in this province. So encouraging the people to split the church seems prudent. No, I was going to spend the money. You know I was. Don't spend the money, Christo. We need a bank. Need a bank to put the money in. So that I don't spend it. A bank to force me to save up. For which we have to save up. And which will then force me to save up. It's it's a virtuous cycle. Good stuff. There they go. Some can go here. Some can go back to the north. You have the supply limit for it, don't you? They don't, actually. How about here? Yes, much better. Okay. We have made converts. That's the event that gives you the passive conversion. By the by, if you're not familiar. We've pretty much got it down to 0 unrest in that whole region now. So I don't mind spreading out to over there a bit. Seems good. So in terms of that passive conversion, it only happens if you own a province and it doesn't border any provinces that share the religion, whose owner has the religion that you're trying to convert away from. So if this province bordered a nation which was Orthodox, you would get no passive conversion. The passive conversion goes faster based on your global mission. I'm not sure if it's your global missionary strength or your missionary strength in the province, but your missionary strength increases the rate at which it converts. I know I said we were going to set up for the bank, but we need the relay port in Corfu to help with autonomy in Belgrade. Yeah, so it increases with your missionary strength, and it also increases the more intolerant you are to an area. If you're tolerant to an area, you're tolerant to a particular religion, it slows down passive conversion quite dramatically. It's a relatively simple event to actually read in the code. It's one of the first bits of code that I think I've ever understood. I remember reading through it. It was for my Roman campaign. I had a really good time reading through that event. It was really nicely written, and I was very satisfied with myself for being able to kind of hang on, I messed something up there. Being able to kind of parse what it meant by actually reading the code. When you've struggled with something like that for a while, and then you suddenly read, you read something and you read it, an if condition or whatever, and you can comprehend what it's saying. It's very satisfying. But yeah, the bordering thing makes sense, right? So if you're your people feel like they're nowhere near anyone that's going to back them up, there goes our claims on this region. Oh well. These two shouldn't be too much trouble. Yeah, the Transylvania probably isn't the next area we'd claim anyway. We'd probably grab like this bit and this bit. Heretics leave the Turkish Empire. Given the option to convert or give up their land, many people chose to convert, but not all. Some clung to their faith either as their possessions were seized. Those who could not flee to other countries. Those who could fled to other countries. Their departure eased some of the religious tension the nation was experiencing, which could mean a bonanza for the state coffers. But it also meant an exodus of skilled workers and farmers. We are better off without them. Indeed we are. Does that end the event worldwide? Like nationally? It looks like it does. Okay. I think things have calmed down now. We haven't got the event anymore. And so if we look at the religion map mode, things are going to look fairly similar, but you will note that they are not the same. I think we have some conversions, and if we look at these provinces, look at that. Probably only 10% here now. Yep, 10% here. No Orthodox here. 10% Orthodox here. It's getting better. We did manage to kick out a lot there. We still have religious unrest in some of them. But we still have the religious unrest, but we don't have the whatever the other one was, I guess, like heretics being exiled. Okay, oh Jesus, this is a big one. Would I rather have less unrest, more production efficiency, less manpower? More manpower, more unrest? God, no. Small one. And you do get some conversion in some of the provinces. I will take the Sharia Sufis. More production efficiency, less manpower, less unrest. Yes, please. That sounds good. And we've got a bunch of conversions that we can do because probably the places they were converting just got converted by the event. So keep things going up here, please. Okay, and we can do a decision. We can patronize them. 5% church influence and 5% secularism. The 5% church influence gives you 5% more fanaticism. So I don't mind doing that. Gives us prestige as well, which is nice. Could do it again. I'm tempted. It's going well, right? Why stop on a good thing? When the going's good, keep going. This only gives us religious event unrest in 3 provinces because we're already doing it to all the other. We already have the modifier in all the other provinces. We do have aggressive expansion to burn. Like, we've got time to fight rebels. You know what? Yeah, do it again. See if I care. Rebel. So is that actually working? Like, did that start it again? It did. All right. Yeah. I mean, why not? Why not? Give me a bank in Bursa. Let's. You know, what's the meme? Hang on, let me get it. All right, I found it. This is Christo after causing massive religious unrest throughout his country for the second time. Hundreds of thousands of deaths in rebels, cities destroyed, families torn asunder. I'll do it again. You can't stop me. I'll fucking do it again. Oh dear. All right. Offer me another 10 grand. I'll turn you down again. Unhappiness amongst the peasantry. Well, I'm obviously not going to risk losing his stability, so we're going to wait 2 months and then give him the cash. I'm assuming this is the Sunni peasantry. Because I think I know why the Orthodox peasantry are unhappy. It's not a mystery to me. But yeah, we've got manpower to gain. We've got A to burn. We've got Orthodox heretics to burn as well, apparently. It's all good, man. It's all good. Less enables. I need to give you more cash. Burgers, you got any cash for me? Sadly, no. Yeah, so it's a good question in chat that I haven't spoken to for a while. The dominant centers of production are distributed based on the full quantity of, I believe, urban production skill, but I'm not sure. It might be urban production power in the subcontinent, which in this case is the Balkans. And if there's enough urban production power or skill or whatever it's based on in the subcontinent, then the subcontinent is awarded a certain number of centers of production, be they minor, important, major, or dominant. And then they're handed out to the provinces that have the highest proportion of the production power or production skill, whichever it is. I think it's production power. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's production power, actually. In the subcontinent. So it's about getting more production power in the whole subcontinent of the Balkans in order to enable us to get that dominant center of production in Constantinople. Yeah, unfortunately, and this whole system is changing in 3.0. There's no way to see how much, as far as I know, there's no way to see how much urban production power or how much trade power, because this works the same for trade centers, there is in a subcontinent, and thereby how close you are to unlocking the next, the next minor center or the next major center and things like that. You can look up, there's a list of like when you have, first you get one minor center, then you get two minor centers, and you get three minor centers. Then I think you get two minor centers and one important center, and so on and so on and so on and so on, up to like 10 dominant centers. There probably isn't a 10 dominant centers one, but level 2 trade dockland finished here. We should actually build a port warehouse here next. Let's save a couple of months for that. Communication is going to be getting much better up here. The successor. Let's see, what kind of caliph did we get this time? A corrupt one. Oh, glory be. We get less tolerance to the true faith. Just what we need right now. How is the conversion going here, given the unrest? Are you still making headway? 4%. It could be better, but I love I love that we just did it again. It's so funny. If you don't think that's hilarious, you don't know what funny is. That's it's absolutely glorious. Give me some improving relations with our subject countries, please. We don't need to spy on Naples anymore. We can get state religion innovativeness. Would I like to do that, or would I like to save for head librarians? I think I would like to do that, because I think we'll take Just War. Yeah, we're going to take this one and then Just War. And then we're going to take 2 techs. And then we're going to go... then we're going to start saving, basically. Chat is saying they believe that urban goods produced is directly, like, just equals production power. Could be. Let's see if that makes sense. 43.2 goods produced. And we're expecting to get 16 from the first 160,000 and 0.2 from the following 10,000. So let's get a calculator. We have 757. The rural population has declined here, by the way. I wonder why. Minus 160. Which is 597,000 times 0.2. No. Oh wait, I didn't do it in 10,000s. So we would be expecting to see 16 plus 12. So, and then obviously there's the modifiers on it. I don't know if I can see the modifiers on urban production. What did I say? 16 plus 12? Yeah, so 28. I don't think there's an easy way to see the modifiers on urban production power. Because what gives it? Like this gives urban production power modifier. Yeah, plus 15% there. That's not production power. That's just there's 30% there, so 45% so far. Anything else? No. We already counted that one. So we're looking at 28 times, what do we say? 45% total urban production power increase. Right? We've got 45, sorry. Times 1.45 is 40.6. We're making 43. Did we miss one? It says so in the green text. Where? In here? Where does it say that? In here? Oh, okay. Urban production power creates urban goods. Urban goods are separate from the rural goods. Each unit of urban production power produces one urban good. It does say that, you're right. So where is the extra 3 coming from? Maybe the burgers increase local production power? It's possible. Or maybe we have it from tech somehow? Do we have a national... urban? You would be like somewhere here, wouldn't it? somewhere between A and Z. That's where U goes in the alphabet. Look, I'm tired. Okay, well, that sounds about right. Yeah, so I think it's based on goods produced. I think you're right. I think that's how much production power there is. That would make a whole lot of sense that was then also what affected the Census of Trade. Because, you know, there's lots of production going on when there's big centers of production. It feels silly to say it because it's so obvious, but yeah, I think that is the case. Excuse me. Okay. We're making headway. I can't believe we just did it again, dude. It's great. It's really funny. I am, however, going to call it a day, I think, here. YouTube, I hope you enjoyed our war against ourselves. Let's take a look at our total casualties so far. We should have checked before and after. But where do you see this? Is it country? Army losses. There it is. So Ming has lost more than us. We've lost 1.7 million manpower so far. Obviously, almost all of it in sieges. This is a really good reason to remember why siege speed and attrition modifiers are like the strongest military bonuses in MEIOU and Texas, because you win wars a lot of the time by not running out of manpower while you're sieging them down. That's the number one reason why you would lose a war, or why you would not be able to attack to attack a new enemy, is because you know you would lose the war because you'd run out of manpower during the sieges. So, yeah. Is this the largest city in the world? Let's answer that question, or at least go some way to answering that question before we end the episode. How many people does it have? I think we've already answered the question as no, because there's 800 and something there. No, we've got 757,000 there. And then let's take a look at Ming. Ming's capital, which may not be their largest city, has got 1.4 million people in it, which by the way, if you're not familiar, oh god, they have a Dais province in Ming. I didn't know that. This province is insane. Yeah, not very many urban population, but 3.8 million total, which is a little nuts. And here you can see this is the dominant center of trade that they have here. The nice purple highest rank icon. But that is yeah, that's a densely populated. This province might be more densely populated now. Do you think this province is more densely populated in 2021 or now, or in 1558? I'm honestly not sure. Probably in 2021. Let's be real, but there's still a lot of people. Anyway, thanks for watching YouTube. I hope you enjoyed our war against ourselves. It's going pretty well. The Ottoman is being driven from the Ottoman, and we will we'll keep doing what we can with our religious centers, our forced conversions, our missionary strength in the next episode. This was a bumper episode because I think it will be slightly less good than many of the normal episodes of this series because I am not feeling amazing, but hopefully I'll have returned to form in the next one. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.